We're ready to start. We've already come out of closed session, so we already had a call to order. I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I hope everyone's taking the time to vote, because you're going to miss it in another 15 minutes. And it's kind of nice being in the old neighborhood again at Grover. Dave, do you have any comments? Sure. Okay, I'll turn it over for the superintendent's comments.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to mention that next week marks the celebration of American Education Week. Each year, the nation dedicates a week to celebrate the critical importance of public education. As citizens, we know the future of our society and even our world depends on the quality of our public education or school system. During American Education Week, parents will be invited into schools at specific dates and times to have a firsthand look at the level of instruction that takes place every day in West Windsor-Plainsboro. I'm proud of our schools. I'm proud of our teachers. I'm proud to be the superintendent of this district. Our focus is on the 9,800 students that we serve. We have an outstanding school district and much that we should celebrate and be proud of.
Thank you. The students' reports.
Hi, everyone. Student. Whoa. I knew that was going to happen. All right. Hopefully this works. Student Council's first annual Powder Puff football game was Saturday, October 22nd. All female teams competed against each other in frigid temperatures in a tournament. Go ahead. Yeah. Thank you. All female teams competed against each other in frigid temperatures in a tournament, while some of the varsity football team players served as coaches. Although the event wasn't as big as it could have been, we made a solid revenue, and Student Council is very excited to make this game an annual tradition. Student Council also held its annual Teachers Costume Contest. Each department at South dressed up in a different theme. For example, the Social Studies department was emojis, and the Health department was dressed as birds and bees. A mug for each department was placed in the main office, and students dropped money into whichever department they liked the best. The winner was the LA department, who dressed up as characters from the movie Inside Out, and all proceeds went to Bianca's Kids, which is this year's charity for all New Jersey student councils. Fall sports have been winding down, with football's last game on Friday night, and the game was also the football and cheer team's senior night, where all the players and parents celebrated the effort the seniors have put in over the past 4 years. And cross-country season is still in full swing, though, with the girls winning their 5th Mercer County Championship title last week, and fifth title in a row, I'm sorry. And both the girls and boys teams placed in the top 3 at the sectional meet this Saturday. And girls cheerleading also has a long season ahead of them, as they had their first competition last weekend and hope to continue their season to go all the way to nationals in February in Disney. And finally, National Honor Society held its annual cake walk, where participants get 3 attempts at winning a cake, musical chair style, for $3, and all the money went towards Enable, our local home for senior citizens. And the fall drama this year is a dramatic comedy titled Rumors, and it's set to air on November 17th, 18th, and 19th at 7:30 p.m., and tickets are $10.
Thank you.
Good evening again, board. Tomorrow, November 9th, ends our first marking period, and soon after, on November 28th, the much-anticipated report cards will be coming out. Next week, from Thursday to Sunday, just as South's play, High School North Thespian Society puts on their annual fall drama of The Adding Machine. In the beginning of December, December 7th, the Symphonic Band, Wind Ensemble, and Symphony Orchestra put on yet another district-wide event. And in addition to many of fall sports coming to a close, I'm proud to report that we have many teams with very good records. Our girls' tennis team finished the season with 14 wins, 7 losses. Boys cross-country finished with 11-2, girls 9-4, and this past weekend at the sectional competition, all 7 competitors for the boys cross-country team qualified for the state championships as well. In addition to that, the girls field hockey team finished their season 9-8. The boys soccer team made it all the way to the finals, losing last night to Hopewell Valley 2-0, but they topped off their really great season of 16 wins and 6 losses. And finally, our football team, better than before, with 3 wins and 6 losses. And lastly, good luck to all of our candidates who are running for re-election tonight, and thank you.
Thank you. Any questions of the students' reports? Okay, I want to ask Larry to, next item on the agenda is the comprehensive annual financial report. I'll ask Larry to introduce our auditor.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to introduce once again to the board, as has been in previous fall sessions of the board, the partner at our public auditor, Scott Cleland of Worcester. Scott?
Good evening, and thank you very much for inviting me here tonight to give the results of the 2016 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. It's just amazing how quickly a year goes by and the meetings end, and then all of a sudden you're turned around another year, you're back at the meetings again giving the presentation. Before I get started, I want to thank the superintendent and Larry Shammick and Larry LoCastro, and I can't forget Lou, for all the time and effort they put in during the audit process. It's not a one-day process. It's a several-week process. Usually we come in June and again back in the August time frame, and we do ask for quite a bit of information so that we can complete the audit appropriately. As you probably have seen already, the audit was very, very good. The results are very, very good. We did spend a good hour with finance probably about 3 weeks ago going over in detail the report and answering questions from the Finance Committee. Unlike last year, we were waiting for pension numbers, and the report wasn't finalized at this point in time. The report is finalized. It will be filed with the state once you approve it. So we're not holding up the report until sometime in late December, as we did last year. There are 2 reports that are issued, which I believe you received a hard copy or at least an electronic copy. We have the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report, which is a 100-plus page document, and then the Auditor's Management Report, which is the 12 or 13-page document. Even though it's a 150-page report, the most important item is the opinion that's placed on the audit by the auditors, and it's, again, a clean, unmodified opinion, which is basically the highest level opinion that can be placed on the financial statements, meaning that the administration was able to give us all the information necessary for us to take a look at the information, look at the controls in place, and then audit the numbers to give this opinion. I also want to congratulate the board and the administration again for the award of the Certificate of Excellence Financial Reporting given by International ASBO. And that's the district's 8th consecutive year of receiving that award. You are one of about 25 New Jersey school districts that receive that prestigious award. Some financial results. You're in good financial position as you have been in past years. One thing to keep in mind going forward, the state allows you to keep 2% fund balance. You're about $8.4 million above that this year, which is down about $1.5 million from where you were in the past. But again, you're still in very good financial position, and you still continue to utilize reserves which are permitted by state guidelines. A couple other items that took place during the year that I think are important to mention that are in the financial statements. Again, you took advantage of refunding debt. It's important to do so, as you do normally recognize savings over a number of years. In this case, you're looking at a refunding savings of about $2.8 million in interest as a result of the refunding. And you also continue, and by far, I think you are the largest, the district that has the most ROD grants in the state of New Jersey, other than some of the Abbott districts, as you can see by all the F schedules that are in your financial statements, which we hope will disappear significantly next year now they start to close down. But you've taken advantage of that because the state funds 40% of that for you. And you've been able to do a lot of work with those projects by taking advantage of that. In concluding, I'd just like to say for the first time also, we do a lot of internal control testing. We test your grants, and we do compliance testing. And this is actually the first year that I can recall where there are no findings reported on that you'll have to take corrective action on. So I think that's the first time I can remember there being absolutely no findings So again, that's a good, it's a very good reflection on how serious the administration takes controls and takes managing the everyday finances of the school district. So with that, I'd be more than, I would just conclude with just taking any questions you may have, and I appreciate you listening to my presentation.
Any questions?
Thank you very much, Scott, for tonight and for all you've done for us the past year.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening, everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I also want to thank you for your work and thank the administration and Larry and his team, Larry LaCastro and everyone there for the hard work they've done over the year and in working with them to complete the audit. That brings us, excuse me, that brings us to the first opportunity for public comment. The board invites thoughts and reactions on agenda items and items of concern from the public. Each participant, please give your name and address and hold your comments to 3 minutes. Going once, going twice. I guess everybody's somewhere else tonight. All right, that'll bring us to committee reports. Administration facilities.
The Administration and Facilities Committee met on Tuesday, November 1st. We reviewed drafts of the 2018-19 calendar, and we're going to continue that conversation at our next meeting. We reviewed 4 policies and regulations in the 5000 series, and so moving forward tonight for a first reading are Policy 5610, suspension, Policy and Regulation 5611, removal of students for firearms offenses, Policy and Regulation 5612, assaults on District Board of Education members or employees, and Policy and Regulation 5613, removal of students for assaults with weapons offenses. These policies and regulations have been updated due to changes in state code. We discussed the continued monitoring of future housing development in West Windsor and the need for ongoing dialogue with representatives from the Howard Hughes Corporation. And finally, the committee discussed the need for a special services consultant to work on extraordinary aid applications through January 31st of 2017. This appears on tonight's agenda, and the committee recommends its approval. The next A&F committee meeting will be on December 6th.
Any questions? Curriculum?
Curriculum Committee met on November 2nd. The first item we discussed was the program of studies for the high schools. We discussed a few changes as follows. AP Studio Art prerequisite has been updated. The Principles of Engineering course description has been updated. Architectural Design and Fabrication has been renamed Engineering Design and Fabrication. Algebra 1 Part 2 will no longer be offered. Pre-calculus course criteria has been updated. The AP Microeconomics will be offered by the Social Studies Department to students in grades 11 and 12 and will count towards the state-mandated financial literacy high school graduation requirement. Theater Arts will be offered to students in grades 9 to 12 as part of the newly created theater department, replacing the speech and drama class, and will count towards the fine and performing arts states-mandated high school graduation requirement. ESL program description has also been updated. The committee supports these updates to the program of studies, and the high school program of studies will be on the board agenda for a vote in November. Next, the curriculum, in December, sorry, thank you. Next, the curriculum committee recommends approval of the No Child Left Behind grant submission, and also recommends the approval of the winter 2016-17 community education adult and youth programs. The committee also recommends approval of the reading recovery teacher to attend a professional development opportunity, and recommends the 2017 Star Talk grant application for Hindu Urdu summer immersion camp. The committee also recommends acceptance of 2 grants. One is the NRG grant award in the amount of $10,000 to the first robotics competition team, and the 2016 BASF Science Education Grant Award in the amount of $5,000 to Community Middle School. And the committee recommends the approval of several overnight field trips, including the middle school German class trip, the Grover Middle School outdoor education trip, a high school north science Olympiad trip, 4 robotics team trips, and the IPPL class trip. The curriculum committee will next meet on Monday, December 5th. Thanks.
Any questions? Oh. All right, we'll get to curriculum. Okay, no questions on the report. Next item is administration. Can I have a motion on items 1 to 14, plus there's a substitution for item 7 and an addendum, and I guess this is yellow and this is, I don't know, line. But anyway, there were 2 addendum. Can I have a motion for that, Isaac and Rachel? Any questions on the administration items?
Mr. Chang?
Yes.
Ms. Hull?
Yes.
Ms. Juliana?
Yes.
Ms. Cruz?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Wysee-Jean?
Yes.
Ms. Cage?
Yes.
Mr. Flair?
Yes.
8-0.
Okay, before, on curriculum, there's a change. Item 2, the Star Talk grant, instead of $89,880, the correct number is $89,830. And I want to call the trip separately, but I got to see where it is. 7A? Okay, could I have a motion on all the curriculum items except for 7A? Does that be items, well, 1 through 7 except for A? YZ and Dana. Any questions on those items?
Ms. Hull?
Yes.
Ms. Juliana?
Yes.
Ms. Cruz?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Wysee-Jean?
Yes.
Mr. Chang?
Yes.
Ms. Cage?
Yes.
Mr. Flair?
Yes.
8-0.
Okay, could I have a motion on item 7A? Dana and YZ. Any questions on that?
Ms. Juliana?
Yes.
Ms. Cruz?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
No.
Mr. Wysee-Jean?
Yes.
Mr. Chang?
Yes.
Ms. Hull?
Yes.
Ms. Cage?
Yes.
Mr. Flair?
Yes.
7-1.
Okay. Finance, can I have a motion on items 1 to 7? Louisa and Scott. Any questions on the finance items?
Ms. Cruz?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Wysee-Jean?
Yes.
Mr. Chang?
Yes.
Ms. Hull?
Yes.
Ms. Juliana?
Yes.
Ms. Cage?
Yes.
Mr. Flair?
I'm going to vote yes on every item except for item 1, and I'm going to abstain on that one. Well, the whole item, yeah.
So that is 8-0 with the exception of an abstention on number 1.
Okay. Now, personnel, can I have a motion on the one item, plus there are, actually, I'm going to call them separately. On addendum 1, 3, and 4. Can I have a motion on those? YZ and Michelle? Any questions on those items?
Mr. Powell?
Yes.
Mr. Wysee-Jean?
Yes.
Mr. Chang?
Yes.
Ms. Hull?
Yes.
Ms. Juliana?
Yes.
Ms. Cruz?
Yes.
Ms. Cage?
Yes.
Mr. Flair?
Yes.
8-0.
Could I have a motion on addendum number 2? Michelle and Louisa. Any questions on that?
Oh, that was the one we got in closed session.
Mr. Wagner-Jean?
Yes.
This one.
Jay?
Yes.
Ms. Ho?
Yes.
Ms. Juliana?
Yes.
Ms. Cruz?
Yes.
Mr. Powell?
Abstain.
Ms. Cage?
Yes.
Mr. Flaherty?
Yes.
701.
Okay, I want to acknowledge 2 retirements tonight. There's Eileen Robb is an instructional assistant at Grover, who's retiring after 13 years. And we have our very own Alicia Boyko, Director of Human Resources, who is retiring after 19 years with the district. I'll tell you that I've been on the board now 10 years, and she's been invaluable, keeping me informed of what's going on. Any question I had, she always had it, and she's going to be missed. So thank you. All right, approval of the board minutes. Could I have a motion? Rachel and Isaac, any questions or comments on those minutes? Those in favor of approval say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any liaison reports? Any new business? This is the second opportunity for public comment, if anybody didn't get a chance to finish what they were saying before. Okay, then I have a motion to adjourn.
Awesome.
Rachel and Scott. All those in favor of adjourning say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you all for coming out.